Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel and today we will discuss situation in Ukraine on the 21st of April. And today we'll start from the Kherson area, from this region. This morning, Russian sources told that they captured town Alexandrovka. This is the town where Ukrainian forces were blockaded for a long time. But it wasn't some kind of operation from Russian side. Ukrainian forces, they attempt to break through this area, and of course with losses they managed to leave this territory. So let's see what's next, and I think that in a few days, maybe tomorrow, this map will be updated. Now let's move to the west, and we are in the town Zaporizhzhia. Somewhere in noontime, Russian attacked the railroad bridge in this area. So we can say, for now, there is no pictures from this area, so I can't tell you about damages, but we can say that Russians were planning to destroy this bridge and to cut off supply in this area. And as far as you can see from this map, Zaporizhzhia is the main supply center for the south of the Donbas area, this area. Now let's move to the Mariupol. Today we got a lot of very interesting news from this area. If you remember, in the beginning of this week, we discussed about the plans, Russian plans regarding this week. And because of Easter, I told you that I don't think that this week will be very long. I told you that Russians, they were planning to achieve some fast success during this week because of Easter. But today, Russians authorities, they told that they were not planning any Easter ceasefire. That means that during this weekend we're gonna see a lot of clashes and battles in Ukraine. Russian authorities, they told that they decided not to make any Easter ceasefire because they told that Ukrainian forces, they used this ceasefire time for regrouping, and in case of such active phase of this operation, it's very dangerous for Russians. This is the first news. The second news also came from Mariupol. The president of Russian Federation, he ordered to stop the storm operation in Azovstal. If you remember, a few weeks ago I told you that Russians were not planning to storm this area for many reasons, and one of the reasons is that it's impossible. They will have to lose a lot of forces if they want to take this territory, Azovstal. So that's why, not just because of that, according to official position of Russian authorities, they're told to their main reason why they're planning to do this is to reduce the losses among the manpower. What are they planning to do? Russians, they're planning to blockade this territory, and as far as I understand, as I told you before, to ruin this area totally. If Ukrainian forces are not going to surrender, I think that Russian, in a week or two, they will just ruin this territory with the Azov battalion soldiers there. Another important news from this area is about the regrouping. One of the most powerful, one of the most effective Russian battalion Somali, were moved immediately to the north. Russian commanders, they didn't give even a day for this guy to relax after such a long battle in Mariupol. These guys were dropped to the north, and it's very important. Today I was waiting videos and pictures where these reinforcements were dropped. There is a lot of options here. They might be dropped in this area, Kurakhova area. They might be dropped to Avdiivka area, this area. Or they might be dropped to the Popasna area. And somewhere in the noontime, I got the video like people, civilians from Donetsk, somewhere here, met the convoys from Mariupol. That means that these soldiers were dropped not into the Kurakhova area. That means that they were dropped somewhere here. Maybe later this day we will see another picture, but I will share with you my opinion. I think that these guys, this effective group who worked in Mariupol around the months, I think that these soldiers were dropped in the area of town Popasna. And I'll explain you why. Yesterday, if you remember, I told you that according to the Russian sources, Ukrainian forces, they left Rubezhnoye, this area. This is Lysychansk agglomeration. I told you that there is a very powerful fortified area here, that Ukrainians, they are fighting here very effectively against Russians. We can say that Mariupol, Russians took Mariupol around a month, and the same time Russians spent on this area. So we can say that the Ukrainian forces in this area are one of the most powerful and effective group, as the same as in Kharkiv. And the question is, why Ukrainian forces decided to leave this territory? There are a few options. First of all, of course, they might be defeated here, and they don't have any other option just to leave this territory. It's like some of the most obvious version. And yesterday, Russians, military publics, they show a lot of photo videos how Russians were moving around across the city, Rubezhnoye. And later that day, we got information that Ukrainians left this territory not because of defeat. Of course, the battles there was very heavy. And Russians, if you remember, I told you they moved very slowly, block by block, and sooner or later Ukrainians would be forced to leave this territory. But exactly yesterday, the main reason they left this territory is regrouping. So as far as I understand from Ukrainian sources and Russian sources, now Ukrainian army in this territory, they're doing regrouping. They're moving from Rubezhnoye and from Severodonetsk in direction of town Lysychansk. And they're planning to prepare another fortified area, another defense area, somewhere here. So, like this. Why are they doing this? First of all, you see this river, Severodonetsk. We discussed this river many times. As far as I understand, every day it becomes more and more difficult for Ukrainians to defend this area. And as soon as Russians took Kremenaya and Krasnyanka, it was a very big risk to be surrounded by these forces. And as I told you, there are around 15,000 soldiers there, Ukrainian soldiers. So they decided to leave this territory and regroup. But this is not the whole story. Now we'll start discuss the main part. And the main part is as follow. The main thing is Popasna. The main story is about Popasna. According to the Russian sources, they're saying that they dealt a lot of damage to Ukrainian forces in this area. We can say that Popasna is the next Mariupol. Of course, Popasna is maybe 10 times less, even maybe 100 times less than Mariupol. But this is the next place where the most heaviest clashes are planning to be. A few days ago I told you that exactly the preparation before the Donbas operation, Russians started exactly in this area. I told you that from this area Russians they sent a tank armored group into the north, and during these days they were trying to storm Popasna from the north. Also, every public, Ukrainians and Russians, they are saying that very effectively, block by block, Russians are moving in the town. So we can say, and most of the Russian sources saying, that Popasna sooner or later is going to fall. And it's very dangerous for Ukrainians. Why is that? As far as you can see on this area, there is no barriers for Russians. If they are able to take this town, there is no barriers for Russians to attack from Popasna right exactly into the back of Lysychansk agglomeration. So that's why Ukrainian forces, they decided to regroup, to leave these lands on the east side of Seversky Donetsk River, and to move all their effective groups, all their powerful groups, experienced groups from Rubezhnoye and Severodonetsk in direction of town Popasna. So this is some kind of reinforcement here from this area to Popasna. And this is not all information I want to tell you. The thing is, the question that I ask myself every time: why did Ukrainians send their most important and powerful groups from a very important area in direction of Popasna? And the question is, where is their reserves? Why did they need to take forces from the front line and drop them to another front? This is the answer on the question why Russians stopped storm operation in Mariupol. Because Ukrainian forces, they dropped their groups from Rubezhnoye, Severodonetsk, and as far as I understand, Russians, they are dropping big reinforcement with their group, very effective, Somali, also in this direction. So as far as I understand, this territory is very interesting, and who wins in this territory? Maybe this army will decide the entire future of this region. Now we are moving to the Izium region. I can't even call this territory as a battlefield, or this is the massacre land. Every day, today also got information from Ukrainian sources that they managed to destroy Russians' aircraft. A few helicopters were blown up on the bottom in this area. Russians, they managed to push a little bit and took new towns. Also, they were trying to take Davgenka. So there you can see they're almost in the suburbs of this town. So the clashes here are very intensive and very heavy. Now let's move to the Kherson. Yesterday we discussed that Russians made attempt to move along this river, and today they came almost to the town Stara Gnilitsa. This area is called Slobozhanщина. So I understand that Russians, they are really planning to take this entire territory, and it will allow them to get right into the back of the Kharkiv group. And it was not like a real attack. We can call it like recognition in combat. But I see that Russians, they still want to capture, to take Kharkiv from Ukrainians. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel and enjoy your day. Bye bye.